Two things I want to ask before this video starts. The first is, if you're going to comment on it, please just watch the video all the way through. That's all I ask. Second thing, let's just keep things constructive. Doesn't mean that things can't be honest, but let's just try to keep things constructive. We're desperate. I mean, very, 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 very desperate. And we're starving for a secret mission in this game. For community puzzles in this game, but more so, I mean, even more so than the community puzzles, secret missions. I never talk about my stats because A, I'm a terrible player, but in general, I mean, I just play the game just because I just love running in circles and having fun with you guys, and as long as I'm hanging out with you guys, I'm happy. My ability to play this game has never been a part of the channel. I'm terrible at it anyways. But for once, I am going to bring something up, and it's about secret missions. I've done Outbreak and Whisper 900 times collectively, and I love those missions so much. I've loved getting to help players out with getting the weapons for the first time, or getting the catalyst, or the ship, or the time trials, or any of these things in 0 Hour in the Whisper mission. And anything in life that you can do 900 times, I mean, at that point, I mean, and just to put it simply, I mean, you're addicted to it. I was addicted to those missions. I love those missions. They, in a lot of ways, made the game for me, but even more so than that, they changed my life. And it may sound dramatic, but it's like, I mean, when I explain it a little bit more, maybe it'll make a little more sense, but like, I mean, the people that I live with in this house right now, I wouldn't even live with if it wasn't for, I mean, I met Sweat because we were hunting after Whisper the Worm before it came out in the Wormmind era in 2018. Evan I ended up meeting during Corridors of Time, and I've met so many other lifelong friends through hunting for a lot of these secrets that are in the game, like when that Zol transmat effect dropped, and then we were all thinking that there was something with Zol to get Whisper the Worm before it came out, running around in that mission with Ved, and just all these different things. This is just a lot of different things. I don't want to get too off topic, but man, just like the secrets in this game have like they've allowed me to meet some of my closest, friends that, are here in this house with me. They've done so much for my channel in the sense of like the Outbreak and Whisper, runs that we would do every day were just so much fun. And I feel like a very pivotal part of my channel. But then even outside of that, I just think it was very pivotal for the whole community. And it's every single time we have events like these, whether they're the missions or they're the puzzles, I think it's a great way that the community comes together in it. And it's a reason why I think Destiny's always had that glow to it. It's because of that magic, that secrecy, like I don't really know how else to put it other than that. So this Telesto activity, whether it was a good idea or a bad idea, or a good execution or bad execution, I don't really care that much at the end of the day. I mean, people, whether it's a good decision or bad decision, everybody makes good decisions, everybody makes bad decisions. That's what makes us human. We make good decisions, we make mistakes. That's just natural. So I don't really care whether or not whether the execution for Telesto was good or was it bad. Me personally, it did make me think that we had a secret mission coming. And I was spinning in circles. I had my tinfoil hat on. I was ready to go, and I think a lot of the people in the community were. And I think if it made anything prevalent, it's that we are starving for a community event where, you can just plop the tiniest little of things, and we are ready to go. And and everybody puts on their spinful hats, and everybody is ready to, dive down rabbit holes, and I love that about our community. And I think Bungie, I think if they didn't realize that already, I think they realize now that, we are, we are ready, and we are excited when there is any drip of secrecy in this game. And so I know a lot of people have talked about how maybe this was a opportunity for them to test being able to put secrets in the game without us noticing, and whether that's copium or not, whatever. But on top of that, there's also been threads on Twitter now, and DMG's talked about it a little bit too, and some of the other people at Bungie talking about how we may not get any more secret missions, or it's not completely ruled out of the table, but they might want to go about secrecy and secret things in different ways than the original way of doing things like Whisper or Outbreak, or at least in DMG's message too, he said not everything can be a 60-hour community puzzle. And while I would love more corridors of time type stuff, I mean, I would love it. I miss it. I mean, I remember when, I mean, you guys know I didn't go full time until this year. So when corridors of time came out, I remember I was streaming for 12 hours and then working for 12 hours, then going right back, and it was working for 12 hours and streaming for like 11, and then taking an hour to commute back towards DC to go back to my job, and then falling asleep at my desk, and thank God I didn't get in trouble, and then working all day, and then coming back and streaming all day again for 12 hours, and then going back, and then and repeat and repeat and repeat all throughout that. And it was like such a magical moment. Those moments were so magical. But even if like we can't get the 60-hour events again, the Outbreak and Whisper ones are just missions that I just feel like we need back, and this community is starving for it. So I hope, regardless of if we have more Niobe Labs moments, which I wish, or quarters of time moments, I hope at the bare minimum we get some more things on the scale of Whisper and Outbreak, because I just feel like it would be it would just be very unfortunate if we never have those moments again, and if I have to keep telling the stories to people who haven't played the game before on how great these things were, and then people are like, wow, like that is awesome. They're looking at these missions that I'm showing, and then they're like, when, like where are these in the game, how do I play them? And I'm like, well, you can't. And then it's like, oh, well, when's the next one coming out? And I'm like, I don't know if there is one. And I want new players to understand why we love this game so much, and understand some of the magic that we got to experience. So all in all, I hope Bungie will understand just how much a pivotal role secret missions play in our game, and hopefully consider putting the resources required to putting something in that would quench this thirst that we have, because we're desperate. Thanks for watching.